Ah! I hit a button. Ah! Little guy's freaking out. He's freaking out. Oh, okay. Yeah, it was like, I gotta hit the up button. That's what it was. Okay. Been a hot minute since I used this thing. Probably should fix the price point on the stream. Don't mind me, just fingering this out. Okay, and I think I can just share the stream from here. Oh, okay, I did copy the clipboard. Discord. Get annoyed that it always says gamingyoutube.com whenever I'm doing the live streams, and I don't understand why. Anyways, looks like we got at least some viewers, so I'll swap it back over. But anyways, listen up, Rangers. Welcome to the Geek Chest. My name's Steve. Got a Super7 box currently in the way. Ugh. Okay, so on the agenda for today, move my phone to the side and turn it down just a little bit, is we're going to be spitfiring this dude. Hey, Russell. Because right now, with the progress with Zilla, I've done a little bit of extra stuff off stream. So I did the head, and then I didn't like it, so I'm in the process of redoing it. So I made it fully enclosed where I didn't have that originally. So now the jaw, it'll kind of look more natural there. I didn't go super detailed on it because I'm probably going to sand it down a little bit and then just go over it one more time with some epoxy putty and sculpt on it. That's where I'm at on that. I did the neck the other day. I had to redo the waist here. And I don't want to mess with this too much because it's solid, but it's not fully cured. But I did that. And then this morning I was also working on the legs a little bit. So kind of progress there. I was going to try to do some clear coating today, but it looks like it'll probably be a tomorrow thing. Because Mr. Kaiji here, I've totally forgot the tail is pretty loose on this damn thing. So I went to pick it up by the tail. Well, it popped off really fast, hit the table I was from upstairs, and then bounced and landed on the floor. So I had to redo a couple of spikes. So those are also in the process of curing. So can't work on that stuff at the moment. So we're going to work on some sculpting commissions. So we have a giant Super7 3D print head that I'm hoping to primer today to match the base color on the body, and then I can do all my dry brushing and stuff. So we're going to try to make the Super7 look a little bit more accurate using that. Which this was... Did I still got the bag around here? I do. I think it's a Kujiro. Yeah, it's Kujiro Designs. So we're working on that, and then we got Mr. Gorgo here, who are going to make a quote-unquote Spitfire, and then 72, which we're also going to be doing the same thing with. So I figure we'll start here, and then see where we end up from there. Yes, May the 4th be with everyone. I feel like I should be working on something Star Wars today. It's almost kind of a missed opportunity. Also, I still have to show Arnez, and I know he's not going to check out the stream. Oh, yeah, I was going to... Oh, so... Since I got you here, this one I'm making Atomic 2, right? The extra head with the bloody effect. Right? Yeah, I was going to ask you, but I was assuming. I was going to be trying to do... Okay, just double checking. And then I got to make the claw clench fist. That'll be another time, though. I'm not going to worry about that today. But anyways, so Oh, our good buddy Russell made us a hammer for hammer videos. So I haven't showed it to Arnez yet. I haven't mentioned anything to Arnez either. So we're gonna keep this as like a nice surprise for him. But I will say this thing weighs a ridiculous amount. I'm not sure. We need a name for it. It's kind of like Thor has like Mjolnir. Like this has to have a name of some sort. Yeah, hammer time. All right, ready? I'm sure he won't mind. Sacrifices sometimes have to be made. But now this thing's sweet. It's just ridiculously heavy. Also, as I know you mentioned that it's not, the handle has quite a bit of weight to it, so it's not, because I would think because of how big this thing is that it would, you'd sit it down and it would just rest because the weight's here, but it's pretty well distributed throughout the entire thing. And I'm kind of wondering where the weight actually balances, but super sweet though. I like that it has the spikes in the back too. The add a little weights. Oh. Hopefully we'll get around to using that sometime this week. But we're going to do the, well, I say easier. I want to look up the movie real quick just to see like what shade of blue I'm trying to aim for. Well, I don't know. I looked for Godzilla versus Gigan Beam, and it just pops up the little short that came out a bit ago. Like that doesn't help me. Let's get specific. Oh no, it pops up my Etsy. No. Like I know like the color of blue in my brain pops up. Name it the Punisher, paint a skull. Yeah, because when I look up 72, it pops up the Etsy shop. Oh, thanks, Chuck. Glad you enjoy it. It just pops up my beebs. Okay, well, I think I found. How is the images are crap? I think I'm going to be going with something of a baby blue. Yeah, I was going to say like a light blue. Which I had. How about electric blue? That looked good? I think we'll go with that. I don't think you want like super bright blue, but this is pretty darn close, I would imagine. Because I'll probably mix it with a little bit of silver anyways. So I think I'm almost out of. I'm gonna make a mess here on the floor. Might do a little bit of mixing because I got the sky blue. Might do a little bit of combination of the three. Oh. Did I grab anything to paint with? Oh. Oh, my foot. Oh, is it in the Discord? All right. Give me a second. I'll go look at it. What am I going to paint on? I don't see my palette. I can just paint on some random stuff, but it'd be nice. I was like, I got warp. Yeah. We got some Warble handing out. It'll come off. I'm not going to be using a bunch of colors today, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Discord, you say? Okay, yeah, that's about what I was thinking. All right. Sadly enough, his back doesn't really like illuminate much. Make sure to do this on the smooth side. Mainly grab the sky just to kind of offset the silver a bit. Oh, this is great. I'm a dumbass. For some odd reason, I thought that was silver. Oh, where's my silver? Alright, gotta go digging. Okay, there's a little bit of silver in here that'll work. From what I remember, I don't recall him being very illuminated, at least in this one. There's not a lot of paint in this thing. That would be easier for me just to mix it in the cup. It might be. Okay, we're just gonna make my own concoction here. Yeah. Ooh, this is a bit old. Yeah, well, that's all the blue out of there. Yeah, we did. I can ship to Canada, but I don't have it like publicly available on the Etsy. Like if you ask me through the Etsy shop, we can work stuff out. It's just because they want me to charge like fixed rates. And Canada shipping, last time I shipped a beam, I think it was like $15 around there. Come on, man. I'm trying to look at the Discord here. Probably actually need a little bit more blue. So we're going. Ugh, why are you so difficult, Electric Blue? Got another blue. It's pretty close. That looks pretty good. Yeah, like I mentioned a lot of the streams too, like the best way to get a hold of me is yeah, just message me directly on Etsy or on Instagram because I tend to, if you buy it straight from me, I don't charge as much either. Because I tend to have stuff a little bit upcharged because of shipping fees. Not shipping fees, but it's like the Etsy fees. I don't need that brush. But if you buy it directly from me, I can kind of like cut the middleman, you know? Generally, most of the beams are like $15, depending on if they're the which ones. But anyways, for the paint job here, I'm just going straight onto the figure. You don't really have to worry about primering too much with these. Because this paint, what we're doing here, I'm not too worried about scuffing or color correcting. Because when I lay this, it's going to be a little bit darker, brighter some of the areas, but we're also going to hit it with a little bit of a white dry brush anyways, so we'll be brightening it up more and more. And depending on the paint, sometimes you need more than one pass. Because I'm using apple barrel, there's a good chance we might have to go over this a second time. Because what I'll probably do is do this and then water some down and go over it one more time just to hit some of the crevices. Oh, I forgot this one shifts. Thought I broke something. It's kind of like one of those uh-oh moments. What did I do? But the goal is to kind of hit every spine. And then, because when the spines illuminate, they're going to be kind of like in between. The light's going to reflect back and forth, so it's okay having the in-between section of the spine covered in a lot of blue, but you don't really want it on the outside. Also, I'm dipping my hand in paint. Ah. In fact, did I end up using the Warbler? Also, it's now just occurring to me that I didn't hook up my my hair dryer, so we'll have to do that once I get the paint applied. You'll see I kind of bent him down because you want to articulate him as far down as you can, and the same with the tail. I'm going to kind of flex it in the farthest direction I can get to expose most of the spines. Because you don't really need to tear the entire figure apart in order to do this process. Because articulating it's ever only going to get this far out. So it's not really much of a point trying to get into popping it apart, trying to get into sections that it's not like you're never going to see. And same when posing the figure, it's never like nobody's going to be posing it like this in the atomic position. Anyways, so if you articulate it as far as you can outwards, and then just try to get a little bit of paint in the crevices as much as you can, you're going to hit everything that you want. Hey, Atomic. I'm kind of butthurt right now. Arnez's package just came in from Ami yesterday, and my most recent order, I picked DHL. They canceled the shipping for it. Well, postponed the shipping for it. So currently, my snail shell zombie girl and my delicious dungeon figure is currently hanging out in Ami until they can they're allowed to ship it over. I was like, I want it now, but I also don't want to pay whatever the stupid amount of tariff is on it. So hoping they come into a conclusion with this sometime in the near future, so I'm not just like got $200 just hanging out. So right now, this situation reminds me of COVID, and it annoys me. I couldn't do a lot of importing because of COVID, because all this crap was happening, that everything was delayed. Oh, nice. Pink is a good color on that one, I hear. Slightly distracting. I got Creed playing in my ear currently. I actually like this song. Sounds pretty solid. Yeah, what's it called? It's not like a mainstream one. Porn? Porn's the title? Thanks, Matt. Yeah, thankfully with the Spitfires, it doesn't take too much. Well, I don't want to say it doesn't take like too much effort, but it doesn't take long to really get it in a position to where it's looking good. Oh, yeah. I see. Tail's not the most lined up. Okay. Set it down for just a second. Oh, for a second. I need you to kind of lay like a normal figure. All right. Hair dryer. See if I can do this without knocking a bunch of stuff over. Need that unplugged. We don't need the drill right now. Oh no. Get it dark real quick. There we go. Light. Need you to stop freaking out of me. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so hit it with a little bit of the hair dryer, just so that I can, whatever doesn't have a lot of blue on it is going to dry really quick. While the parts that might got a little bit too much paint on it, not going to dry really fast. So then I can spread it out better. So then you don't end up with like a bunch of blotches everywhere. I use this extra just to kind of fill in gaps and places I might have missed. How's everybody's evening going? I also feel bad that Star Wars, and I haven't watched the newest Andors came out. And I've watched episode 4. I still gotta watch 5 and 6. I was gonna watch it today, but I had to work on the truck and a couple other things. So I hadn't got around to it. I was kind of sad that there wasn't really any cool um any deals going on today. Like Amazon had some stuff, but like nothing I was really like that excited about picking up. Really wanted a Star Wars helmet today was probably the best day to do. All right, Russell, next question. Did you want the inside of his mouth painted? Oh, my laptop's not plugged in. God, it just yelled at me. Hey, where'd you go? Plug's on the other side. Could have sworn I plugged this in already, but all right, we're alive. No, okay, just double check it. Okay. Ended up with a bunch of paint on my brush, but I just want a little bit on here just to do a little bit of dry brushing with. Just hit the outside of the spine area, right along these sections here, just to spread out the illumination just a little bit, but you don't want to go too heavy with it. Just enough to cover it just a little bit. Just to have, so the blue goes like a little bit past the spines. Just a little bit on the head. There we go. And then we're going to go over it. It's kind of the same process, but we're going to do it with a white. Just to mainly hit the edges of the spines. Mainly just the spines in general. Which I had some white. I see. I got more white here. I do. Okay, cool. Not sure what happened to the bottle, but we got some white. Put a little on here, and I'm actually going to grab some paper towel. Just like a spread it on here. And just take a little bit off. Then just lightly go along the outsides of the spine. Because I don't really want to hit any of the any part of the back. I just want it to accentuate the spines a bit. So I'll get a little bit on the detailing on the actual spine, on the center, and then hit it quite heavy on the outside. But the outside is also where it's got the most surface area, where the spiky bits are. So it catches the white a lot better. Then what I like to do is I tend to do one side and then I'll do the other. So I hit like every part at a certain angle, and then I'll switch to the other side. And then do the same thing. But I'm trying my best not to hit any of the actual skin. I just want the spines to get this white. I'll get a little bit back on the topic of import shipping at the moment. I was at least glad that Arneza showed up beforehand. Because, God, this figure would have sucked. It's one of those B-style bunny figures. I would not want to be paying any cost on that thing. That's for sure. Now, real quick, I'm seeing there's a little bit of wet blue still on the end of the tail. I'm going to spread this blue a little bit at the tip. Those who do this, don't be afraid. As you see, like I haven't swapped my brush or anything. Because doing this, you could maybe go to a smaller brush. But in general, with the spines, it still works. Whatever brush you're using for the spines, you always transition into doing your dry brushing with too. Because even if you get a little bit of white on the skin, it's not, again, not going to be that big of a deal. Because the blue's going to kind of hide quite a bit of stuff anyways. And then for these spines here, I'm going to kind of hit them one more time, just a little bit heavier on the outside. This time I'm not going to go over the center though. I'm just trying to brighten up these tips. So then you got like the baby blue into bluish white into a more hard white. The nice thing of dry brushing too is hence the name, it dries really quick when you're doing this. So by the time you start dry brushing and going over your other sections, it's already pretty well dry to the touch where you were not too long ago. But I'm going to hit with the hair dryer just make sure it's dry. So then when I flip it over to the other side, we're good to go. So there's the one side of Godzilla now. So you kind of see the difference. So just doing blue, and then hit with a bit of dry brushing on it. Gives it a bit more of an illuminated look. Oh yeah, I'm kind of surprised with all the collaborations they haven't tried to do like a Star Wars thing with Godzilla. Imagine like Darth Vader like out levitating Godzilla off the ground or something. I'd be down for that. Okay. Then same thing. Just gonna kind of do a little bit more paint on the brush and just go over these tips with the white a little harder. There we go. Death Star Godzilla. Don't make fun of my boy. I think the problem is like, I wonder if they could do a better job than they did with the anime of having like a fortress, like Mecha Godzilla is like a fortress instead of having a building. You have actual like the Death Star transforms into Mecha Godzilla. Oh, what the heck? Should the colors separated at the bottom or something? But so what did I just do with that? Let's go out the blue and it was a little watery. Oh, just a second, guys. I might have to mute you. I got a phone call. All right, sorry about that. That was my mother-in-law calling. She watches Casey on my days that I work, so she's just wondering my schedule. Okay, well, anyways, the process got the bloodied head painted up too, so it's swap outable. Blast this with the hair dryer. Yeah, I need to do something. If I would get like more consistent viewers, I would definitely be way more inclined. One of these times, I really need to just because my work hours have been all over the place. Just dedicated day of the week. Maybe just try to get another extra day off, or not an extra day off, but just have having one fixed day off is I should maybe do one more fixed day off, and just take my hours as they come, so that I could just we could just stream one. I just could do launch streams then, working on stuff, which I think would be beneficial for the channel. But hey, cook. Oh, also, I know you're not asking, but I'm going to touch up the red a little bit on the face, just to make it look a little bit more like in the movie. Brighten it up a little bit. Because whenever I thought of the blood in the movie, I always thought of tomato sauce. Just the most fluorescent red looking blood. And to me, on the way they did on the figure, it's just not dark enough or bright enough. I'm gonna expand the red a little bit on the forehead, just to really make it look kind of like a Nash. Yeah, like that. So it stands out a little bit more. But yeah, it's the 1972 Godzilla vs. Guy game. Like Russell was saying, crazy red even. Do I have my other lights hooked up? I do not. I really need to get an actual light too. I have a little light that I could probably hook up, especially down here to show you guys, but just so the red stands out a little bit better. So he's relatively done then. Yeah, it's been actually, I watched this one not fairly recently. It was probably a few months ago. Me and Casey, I was watching Casey upstairs, and I was just yeah, I feel like watch Godzilla movie, and it was the first one that was on HBO, so we watched it. Ooh, shiny. Oh, sort of shiny. I'll be honest, the silver didn't mix very well, so it doesn't have too much of the reflective. I mean, I gotta stop at Hobby Lobby sometimes, so I might get some. There's one titanium paint that I like that it goes on really light, so I can kind of go over it to give it a little bit of shine. Probably work on that. Okay, so next we will do the Super7. So I need to blend colors. Wherever that giant box went to. Right above my foot. Evident. Because today we'll be color matching the 3D print to the figure's base colors. And then I gotta let it sit overnight to really harden. So I won't be really painting much of it. But once that's good, then I can pop it on and then do all my color blending. Where's for this world? I still gotta get one of these for myself. I keep it's like the one Super7 that I'm like, I actively like this one, so I need to grab it at some point. Oh, thanks, King Bibbity. There goes. We don't need that. We don't really need this for today because the base color is pretty much black. Actually, it's pretty straight black. Okay, just double check. I was seeing if I need to mix colors or not, or if I can get away with just using my primer. Yeah, I gotta get a hold of my buddy that made this so I can get some more angles and transitions. Because at some point too, I wouldn't mind getting like a little stream deck so it'd be easier to do all this fun stuff. It's not like going to be able to be able to look forward or like turn the head, depending on what I'm doing. Oh, that's a bit of a. We need to do that one of these times. That's another one. Do you take like a week off just to live stream? Like we could just like live stream just watching Godzilla every day until we get through all of them. Like I used to be able to on this program have it set up to where like I would hit a certain audio level and then it would do this. I can't really do it with the program that I'm using this through, but I can do it manually, which is fine. It's just harder for this. Like if I was able to have something I could have not be like right at the computer, I could just kind of click it while I'm like holding it doing stuff. It'd be a lot easier for like gaming. Anyways, got the Kujira head. I probably should get at least the jaw on before I mess with this. So we'll do that. There's also a little bit of 3D, a little bit of the stand still hanging out of there, which is fine. Hair dryer, choose you. Because you kind of want to heat this up to make it so it's flexible. Ouch. Nope, there goes that other head. You know, I'm not. I like getting paid for things, so I don't want to say too much, but I'm in a bit of agreement with you. The body isn't quite. It's kind of like the same problem I have with these heads for like the MonsterArts, where the detailing on these is not the same detailing as what you get on the body. But I don't want to say anything until I actually get this thing on and paint it up. But I know with the MonsterArts one, it definitely stands out that it's not designed by this. It's not like the design isn't the same. This might actually work a little bit better because the Super7's detailing isn't as crisp. So possibly with the details not being as crisp, it works out a little bit better. I actually don't know if my hair dryer is going to heat this up enough for me to get this to work right. I probably got to get the heat gun. Okay, so we'll paint it and then I'll worry about assembling it tomorrow. I was just thinking because usually with these, it tends to like when I'm putting this on, it's gonna scuff some of the paint, the primer off doing it, but it's probably fine. But definitely want to primer it so the paint sticks to it a little better. Oh yeah, what to put in my mouth and it didn't stay. Oh, so much pain on this. So yeah, probably not the best paper towel. Neither you. How about you? But yeah, I love the Space Godzilla coloring on this. It was like the one thing I recommended for the paint color. He's not my favorite kaiju, but out of the Tread Masters, it's my favorite. It's my favorite one in terms of colors. Like I love the coloring on the Tread Master. Okay, well, I'm not going to worry about primary in the inside of the mouth. That I should be able to just straight paint. It'll be all right. But I definitely want to get the black on the head though. The outside. Well, it's the same with this. I'm just going to kind of clamp onto the joint here and just not squeeze. That side. Do the same for this. So when you're doing the hair dryer, you just want to make sure you're looking out for wet spots. Because once you do it for a few, any spot that doesn't start drying fairly quickly means you probably got too much paint there. You just want to make sure you're getting spread it around while you're blow drying it, so it just makes it dry faster. Just got a little bit in the lip. Don't have to go too crazy, but I want a little bit in there. There we go. Not for the fun part. Getting this old head off. This is not the bad part. This second piece, I think, is going to be the bane of my existence, but we'll see what happens. We want to see how it's going to look on the head right now. Oh, it's going to be so fun. Just want a little bit of leverage. Come on. Oh, come on. There we go. That was fun. So this set there. It'll be like that. I don't know why, but in my brain, I feel like there should be more dorsal spines on here. It's the exact same as on here, so makes sense. But I don't know, just feels like it should. To be honest, I don't think that looks that bad. Yeah, we're gonna make it more movie accurate, kind of like what I did for yours. So it's pretty much like color matching the base of the head, and then just it's gonna be a lot of dry brushing. Okay, sadly, I don't think today I'm gonna get to Gorgo, so I got to get off here soon. And a little more black in a couple spots on the head. Don't fall. Okay. So Gorgo will probably save for another stream. Probably when I'm dry brushing this, we'll work on Gorgo. Probably the same one. So I don't. Tomorrow might be a stream day. It kind of just depends on Casey if I get a chance. It's probably Tuesday or Wednesday. I'll probably be recording stuff with Arnez. Wednesday for sure I won't be. Tuesday more than likely I probably won't be either. So it'll probably be tomorrow. Tomorrow or towards the end of the week. But I was pretty happy with this. Happy with the way he came out. Love the way the little head looks now. The red looks so much nicer on it. Yeah. Like I said, doing the fire on this guy. Also, like I said, I was gonna primer yours to try to ship it out tomorrow, but it's probably gonna be another day or a couple days, and I'll have it shipped out to you. Touched up the damage that I did, so I gotta let it cure. Oh, crap! I forgot I was gonna paint something. Probably. Well, I'll wait till tomorrow. I gotta paint some hands so I can clear coat stuff. Because I gotta ship out Andrew's stuff here. I really want to get it shipped out this week, but I gotta do a couple of the extra hands, paint those up so I can clear everything in one go, and then ship it out. But anyways, like I said, we'll call it good for the stream here. We've been going for about an hour now. Which isn't too bad. There was something else I was going to mention, but I forget. So I got one more How to Train Your Dragon review I got to edit. Might work on that tomorrow, too. Because funny enough, Arnez and I filmed the video, except for the part where we have to go outside and test it. But he left, so I still have to go outside and test it. So I might just take Casey out and let Casey have some fun with it. She could be in a video. Man, there was something else I was going to mention. I forget. Yeah, I'll see you in the back. Oh. Slowly getting stuff cleaned up again in here. Got the helmets all on a shelf right now. Oh, but anyways, you can almost defeat those kaijus by hitting that like button, subscribe, become a ranger today. We also got Instagram, Patreon, TikTok, Facebook. Guys, like keep up the day with channel, donate, greatly would appreciate it. Or if you guys like to get some stuff, you want to help support the channel, I do make custom 3D beams. So this is the -1, which is meant for a MonsterArts. But I can get out the OG Super7 head. I have to look. I have a ton in grit imprint on one side. But works good with this one. You can almost use it with him. He has his own specific beams, though, which actually I have hanging out up here. Do I have curved beams? Yeah, okay, the curved beams hanging out. There's other beams, but they're not going to show off as well as them ones either. But we do custom beams. Link in the description for the Etsy shop. Or if you guys like to get commissions done for yourself, it's a good way to get a hold of me. Same with my personal Instagram, also down in the description. Another really great way to get a hold of me. If you guys are interested in getting commissions done for yourselves, or if you guys like to pick up some SH MonsterArts figures, link in the description for Entertainment Earth. Great way to support the channel. They do free shipping stateside, especially with all those shipping debacles going on right now. It's a good time to help support your favorite toy shop, toy collectors, you name it. You failed me, Andrew. I was going to paint some extra hands for you this stream, but I'll do that hopefully tomorrow, and then I can clear coat. We'll get things out. Really want to get it out this week. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one.